Okay, gang, so I'm back. Cup is all taped up, ready to go. I also did the pen off camera because it's basically the same step. I will tell you the pens, especially if you're trying to do a full wrap, they're a little more difficult to get really tight. It's hard to get that paper in there. So sometimes it's easier if you just do a section of a picture. But anyway, we're shooting for a full wrap on this one. And the other thing I've noticed on the sub pens, because it is so hard to get them tight, your pictures are going to be a little lighter, but they still look nice. Let me show you some. Like this one here. See, they're still nice pens. They just don't turn out as vibrant as you would like. Okay, so we got these wrapped ready to go. My oven is preheating. I do mine in this oven. Like I said, this thing has been fantastic. 390 degrees. The tumbler will be for only 4 minutes. The pen will be for 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Now, I was talking about don't throw your cups away if you screw one up. This Fireball whiskey cup right here. This originally was a Dunkin' Donuts cup, like this one. Not exactly like this one. This one is actually printed vinyl and epoxy, so of course the colors are much more brighter. But regardless, I had done a Dunkin' Donuts cup and I forgot to tape in a spot, and that was just enough to make it not very bright. So I heated it up to remove most of the picture, and then I put this on over top. Now I sell these at a reduce whenever I have a boo-boo cup. That's what I call them. They're still perfect. They still look wonderful, and you have to look close to see it. Can you see the Dunkin' cup still showing through right there? I should have picked a darker design, but I was hoping to have lined this up to where it wouldn't show. But still, for most people looking at it, they're not going to see that from a distance. It's just going to look like a design thing in the cup. So don't throw them away. Just sell them, reduce the price by a couple of bucks. And I'll do another video later that shows you how I do the top. The same as these tops. Those are my cups. I still do the epoxy. I prefer the epoxy. Yes, they take longer. It's a lot more work. I like the printed vinyl. Other people that I know that strictly do the sublimation cups, they come over and they think, because they know I do some too, and they're like, how do you get your colors so bright? And then I tell them, this is a full wrap of printed vinyl. So see how much brighter this is? Way brighter. But these cups take longer because you need at least 2 layers of epoxy. I like 3. And then they have to dry and cure for 72 hours. See this here? This is my technical cup bottom logo, and I cannot get this tight enough. Oh, our timer's off. So we are going to put our cups in. Cup goes in, laying down. The pen goes in. Now, partway through the time, we're going to rotate it. So you're going to want your glove on. And when it gets partway through, we will rotate them around. Now, the thing with the printed vinyl is it's sometimes hard to get the vinyl straight and get all the bubbles out. And you'll still sometimes get creases. Can you see the little crease in the gnome? But people still, my husband says I'm too picky. They still love these cups, because before, when I first started doing these, I would tear the vinyl off and start over. And he's like, oh no, people will love that. So he had me take a couple one time, and it was actually worse than this one. It was crinkled at the bottom and it had a crease in the middle. I really was not happy with it. And a woman just absolutely loved it. And I didn't even have to sell it at a reduced price. Yeah, see, there's another crease right there. People love them. In fact, I had made one like this for myself, and took it just to show that I could make one, and I had a woman buy it. And I told her, I said I had used it already. I mean, it was washed the day I used it for a display, but I had personally used the cup already. She didn't care. Didn't care. I was going to show you another boo-boo cup that I fixed. Let's see. It's up here somewhere. I think it's this one. Nope. Huh. I wonder what I did with it. There it is. Now this one is not as pretty as I would hoped it would turn out. But this also was a boo-boo. I'm trying to remember what this one was. I don't remember what this one was, but I heated it up. And then put the Starbucks one on it. So the color's kind of a dull purple instead of a bright. And then in your white spots, it turns it almost like an antique white. But I already have somebody that wants this one. And this is a boo-boo. If you look up in like the chocolate swirls, you can see it's like a little faded. But this is still a nice cup. And this was one that didn't take. And these were different cups. And see, here's how I'm trying to do my thing now. It's getting better. It is showing up, but it's just not 100% of what I want. Oh, we need to turn these. And you honestly don't have to turn them. I just turn them. I always have. I know other people that do. And we're going to have to watch that time because we're going to have to take that pen out in just a second. Or a few seconds, I should say. So remember, when you're starting out, and there are videos on YouTube for using an air fryer. And it does work. It's just, you might need longer time, higher temperature. That's the part that's worrisome. Because you don't know. Okay, it's time to take the pen out. And that's where I use this pot holder. We're going to set that pen there to cool for a minute. And pretty soon we're going to be taking the cup out. All right. Take the cup out. And I stand it upside down. And we will let that cool a minute. And we're going to start with the pen. And it helps if you know where the ends are. And on the pen, I use so many pieces, it's kind of hard, so. But we'll get it off. Sometimes I wrap them so good I can't get them off myself. So we're going to try and get the scissors in there and cut that tape. Well, and it just don't want to come undone, let me tell you. But we'll get it. Because I know you want to see this. Okay, let me come back after I get this. I'm going to have to get a knife to cut this.